Hello, beautiful soul. My name is Tash Mitch, and I am a chakra alchemist. And in this vlog, I want to talk to you about your three brains. Scientists come up with a theory that we have three distinct, different brains in our one brain. And I just want to talk to you about those brains because I recognize them completely within myself and I recognize them completely in the work that I'm doing. And so to actually bring that to our consciousness and awareness, and also how we consciously connect with these different aspects of our brain and utilize it to the best of their ability. So the first brain is a reptilian brain, and this brain is our animal brain. This brain is basically concerned with survival, is concerned with what's going to kill us and how do we keep alive. And there's not a lot of sort of space in between those two things. And a lot of times, if we feel like we're under threat in any way whatsoever, we drop into reptilian brain instantaneously. It's concerned with feeding. It's concerned with, do we mate with the thing, or is it concerned with, do we fight it? And are we capable of fighting it? And so actually really recognizing that our survival needs need to be met. And when our survival needs are actually met, there's an element of peace, there's an element of well-being, there's an element of security that we feel that everything's going to be okay, life is in our favor. And one of the ways to actually take care of the reptilian brain is, first of all, to recognize what our needs are on a base level and to make sure that we're satisfying them. But also to do things like meditation, which brings us into a level of stillness where we can actually tap into that level of well-being within ourselves. Because we're in a society at the moment that is encouraging this fight or flight, and it could come up in ways that are just, we don't even recognize it. Like if we were to walk into a room and we're wearing a 20-pound dress and somebody else is wearing a 2,000-pound dress, instantly we consider that life or death, depending on who we are, life or death situation. And our reptilian brain is then triggered, and we can't actually access any of the other brains because we're so involved with, are we going to be alive or are we going to be dead? So actually bringing that level of survival in where we're recognizing what the survival is and recognizing how to cater for our survival level is really important. Second brain is concerned with feelings and emotions. And this is the limbic brain, basically. This is concerned with the thoughts that we have about our past, about our experiences, and basically how we feel about who we are in general. And this is where my work comes in a lot with the two brains, those first two brains. Because basically the survival element and actually understanding what the survival is, and then the second element of the feeling and emotions, and really sort of sifting through those to understand where our feelings and emotions need us to be aware of where we could be losing energy and where we can expand out, so that we're actually having feelings and emotions that are moving us forward and driving us forward to the place that we want to go to. And then finally, the last brain is the neocortex. And the neocortex is really that logical element, that analytical element. And to a large extent, our society really applauds the logical, the analytical, the intellectual. And we put a lot of credence on this aspect. And we actually almost pat ourselves on the back when we're able to be very logical and very sequential in the way that we sort of put things into our little boxes and able to reference things on a very linear basis. But ultimately, that's a very last brain, and that's a very surface brain. And if we aren't actually catering for the other two brains, then we're always going to drop back. No matter how sophisticated we feel we are, we're always going to end up dropping back into our reptilian brain, or even dropping into our limbic brain, and they're going to be running the show. So really and truly, in order to access the logic and analytics of what our brain is able to do, we first have to take care of the survival level And meditation really actually does that. And we've got to take care of that sort of feeling and emotional body and really getting to grips with our feelings and emotions and how, where we are with that is really important. And then the logic and the analytics comes afterwards. So I hope this serves you, and I'm always here as support. So my details are below. But in terms of actually just food for thought, I hope this has served you today. I'm Tash Mitch, the Chakra Alchemist, and I shall see you again soon.